Hey everyone, I'm Kayla North, and before we head to Spirit Island, I want to talk briefly about my IRL home. See, I live in Minneapolis, Minnesota, which you might have seen in the news recently. I am not currently going to go into great detail about what's going on here, as many capable people are already documenting and sharing the insanity of this current ICE surge and federal occupation of our city. Instead, I want to encourage you to please pay attention to what ICE is doing here, and take whatever actions you are safely able to. Last thing I want to do before starting is read a short piece from the Community Values of the Second Wave Discord, which I find these important and particularly relevant right now. We support diversity and human dignity. No one should feel unwelcome in this community because of their identity. This includes that we support the rights of LGBTQ+ individuals to live openly and safely, including the rights of trans, queer, and non-binary people, to have their identities recognized and respected. We support the rights of marginalized racial and ethnic groups to freedom and security in their homes and communities and enjoy full participation in the societies in which they live. We support the rights of people of all faiths to practice peacefully without interference. We support freedom of expression and the right of people to dissent and engage in public discourse without fear of reprisal, including peaceful protest. We support the rights of disabled individuals to be valued and lead meaningful and autonomous lives not conditioned on their productivity, and to full and effective participation and inclusion in society. We support the rights of migrants, including refugees and other displaced peoples, to seek homes where they can thrive and lead dignified, independent lives. We support the rights of Indigenous, Native, and First Peoples to self-determination and to freely pursue their economic, social, and cultural development according to their own political, legal, economic, social, and cultural institutions. Thanks. So, we're gonna play with Wandering Voice again today. This is gonna be, I want to do it against a level 3 adversary, I think. We're gonna do Brandenburg-Prussia level 3. And then if there's time after that, I'm gonna try and get a game in against France 6, because I think that'd be pretty funny to do with Wandering Voice. Oh, I don't have those all turned on. Let's change that. So, get our expansion content turned on, and let's hop into the game. I'm just going through the boards in alphabetical order again, like I did with some of the other spirits for the Aggression Unleashed hype videos. So here we go. Let's see. We got Sands going. I am a little nervous about that Sand and Land 3, because I don't know that we can really get there in time to do all that much. We could potentially grow somewhere where we could like push the city out, and then maybe push our Incarnate in and do something with it, but I'm not sure if that will actually work or not. Regardless, that would involve probably playing Twist Perceptions this turn, and maybe taking... I think I'm going to take Growth 2, maybe, and go for top and bottom track. We could also try and gain a power card, gain some energy, see if we get something with a defend on it. That might be kind of nice. I do want to definitely get at least one air, because I want to push my Incarnate into land 5 to strife that Explorer and push them out to stop the build. Goodness, is there anything else to think about with that? If we grow at range 2 into land 4, that gets us enough for Twist Perceptions. So I guess, yeah, let's try and do that. Let's draft a power. We'll gain a minor. Roiling Bog and Snagging Thorn, that's nice. That'll get us what we need for land 3. Portents of Disaster, on the other hand, has excellent elements for us. Could be very good later on, but I think I'm just going to take the defend power for the time being. Be a little more short-sighted as a result for that, or as a result of that. So let's play Twist Perceptions, and I guess Turmoil's Touch is the thing to play here. That's going to give us... Oh, that's actually going to give us 2 pushes, so we can actually pocket lands 7 and 8 this turn, which is kind of neat. We'll push into land 5 and then into land 6 and shove both invaders into land 1. Is there anything else to note for that? I don't think so. I think I'm just going to play those and see how this turns out. So let's push the Incarnate to there, push the Explorer to there, push the Incarnate back into there, and push that into land 1. Alright, we get a city in land 3, and they can explore wetlands, so we don't get our little pocket, unfortunately, but that's fine. Mind-Shattering Song is only going to deal 1 damage, but it will do 2 fear, so that's kind of nice. Twist Perceptions, so I wanted to Twist Perceptions, I think, on this city. Is there any reason not to do that? I don't think there is. Let's go ahead and do that. We'll put the city into land 2. because we have Roiling Bog and Snagging Thorn. We can set up a Sacred Site and defend there shortly. Mind Shattering Song, again, is only going to deal 1 damage, so we'll just take out the Explorer. Turmoil's Touch. I don't know that we really want to do this twice over. I suppose we could, and then we just go for another G3 next turn and take our 1 energy spot. Play 2 cards, one of them being Roiling Bog and Snagging Thorn. Sure, let's do that. Let's do that and see what happens. So I'm going to discard Exhale, Confusion, and Delirium. We get Spur On with Words of Fire. I'm going to discard Frightful Keening. We get Thriving Choke Fungus. All right. Some fodder there, hopefully. All right, let's gain another power card. Something we can play this turn. Nothing with air again, but we do have... So Visions of Fiery Doom could be kind of interesting. We can get 2 fear off of it and push the Explorer out of land 6. While also maybe hitting land 1 for a double strife on the town and pushing that into land 2. That might be reasonable. I don't really see anything else that's particularly good here. Blood Draws Predators could, I suppose, take out the extra Explorer in land 3, but I don't think that's worth it. Let's do Visions of Fiery Doom and just see what happens. I want to take 1 energy here and play these 2. And then we're going to defend, or not defend, push here. We'll put the Explorer into land 1, Roiling Bog and Snagging Thorn in land 3, and then we will Inscrutable Journeying and head here and strife the town again and put it into land 2. Alright, Relentless Optimism. That's kind of annoying, but not a huge deal. Foreign Diseases is a little more annoying. I think we can choose to put that in land 1, which would be nice. Oh, nope, we can't. Oh, because there were 4 there. Never mind. Okay, that's really annoying. We at least get the energy. Each player chooses a different land with Dahan. In each, defend 2. Okay, well, that's a little unfortunate. Roiling Bog kind of messed us up there, but that's okay. Sands and Mountains Explore, which is nice. We at least get to skip one of those mountains and one of those sands. We won't take another city in land 3, thankfully. Land 2 is going to be kind of a giant mess, but hopefully we can deal with that here shortly. Let's go ahead and reclaim cards. I think we're going to reclaim. We will move the Incarnate back to the land it's already in, strife the town and push it out into the mountains, and then I think what I want to do here is we could Roiling Bog and Snagging Thorn again in land 1, which might be worthwhile, but we could also just like Visions of Fiery Doom there. So that also seems kind of better in a way. And then if we do Frightful Keening, that gets us the extra fear and lets us potentially push our Incarnate to somewhere where we can do a little more with it in a moment here. So let's try that. I'm going to be shoving the Strifed Explorer from land 5 into land 4 because I'm going to push into there. Yeah, let's do this. I don't know that this is quite right, but it's what's occurring to me right now. So Inscrutable Journeying, let's move that into land 5 and put that one in land 4. We get a fear. Secure Settled Territory. I don't think that's going to do anything. And then War Among the Dahan. That'll get us some Dahan into a slightly more useful location, I think. We can push a Dahan into... Let's push into land 6, maybe. Yeah, let's go into land 6. So we got our Dahan really spread out, unfortunately, but that's fine. We can isolate a land. We got a stage 2 coming up. Let's isolate... Oh goodness, because everything's fairly cut off here. Let's isolate land 4 maybe, so it doesn't explore. Or no, let's isolate land 1, because then if wetlands comes up again or coastal comes up, we at least won't. That land at least will stay clear. All right, and jungles explore. So I am going to put the escalation town, I think, in the jungle, actually. Because we can Frightful Keening into there and shove it away. I maybe should have isolated that land instead, but oh well. Alright, let's push the Incarnate. We'll push it into land 4, strife the town, push it into land 2, which is going to be a bit of a giant mess now, but that's okay. We're going to be dealing with that here shortly. We're going to exhale Confusion and Delirium for sure this turn. I think I'm going to Turmoil's Touch. Can I get to 3 card plays? I can get to 3 card plays. Let's get to 3 card plays, and then we could maybe even play 4 cards if we use Spur On with Words of Fire, which would get us to 3 Sun, 3 Moon potentially, along with 4 Air, which is kind of nuts for Mind-Shattering Song, so let's give that a try. I want to make a Sacred Site, I think, in land 2. Actually, I don't need a Sacred Site at all. Land 3 is going to be kind of in trouble, but I think that's okay. We might be able to do something about that here momentarily. We actually have a Sacred Site in land 4 already, so let's go into land 1 and land 2. So I'm going to play these 3 cards and then spur on myself to play Twist Perceptions, and that's actually going to empower our Incarnate as well as give us a giant Mind-Shattering Song. So let's see here. We can do 2 pushes. I think what I want to do then is let's Inscrutable Journeying on ourselves. We're going to go into land 3, strife the town and add it, put it in land 2. Then we're going to move the Incarnate into land 2, strife the city, and empower and isolate. And then we will stop everything from participating. And I shouldn't have put that extra Explorer in there, but maybe we'll get lucky with the Fear card or something. Destroy the Unnatural, I believe, is what we get. So 3 extra damage. So that land is almost certainly blighting, which is fine. We'll deal. Although we can potentially use Mind-Shattering Song slow or fast, or we could use. Well, let's see here. Because we do have this, so we could, if we Twist Perceptions, well, except they're going to do the +3 damage, so it doesn't, Twist Perceptions doesn't do it, Mind-Shattering Song doesn't do it, although Mind-Shattering Song would get us a lot more fear, potentially. So I think we do that and try to just really go ham on the fear. So we can destroy, let's see, we can do 3 damage plus another destroy 3 invaders. So I think that's going to be, well, it's going to turn into 2 cities and 2 towns, effectively. Because we don't have anything else strifed there. So let's do that and just get a bunch of fear. Let's generate 3 fear, let's deal 3 damage. It has to be strifed ones, so let's deal with the city. And then let's destroy a city. Oh, we get to destroy three of these. Yeah, that's right. That's what I was saying earlier. Alright, so that gets us 3 Terror 2 Feared cards. Let's see if that does anything. Alright, we can remove an invader from, or a town or explorer. I guess let's hit land 4 here for that. Choose a land with Beast, Strife, or Dahan. Downgrade a town or city there, or skip the next build action there. Well, we want to skip the next build action in land 4 for sure then. In each land with that or adjacent to 3 such tokens, defend 5. Oh, hey, that'll do it. Alright, so this land ravages, and then this land ravages. Wait, what? 1, 2, +3. I'm confused. Why is this ravaging for so much damage? Invaders do +3 damage in lands with presence. There's 2 invaders. I'm playing Brandenburg-Prussia, right? And it's defended for 5. I feel like I'm forgetting something here. +3 damage per land. Let me undo that for a moment. Okay, so let's do ravage there. And before we do that, let's take a look at this. So this is going to ravage for I think there's something weird going on here. It says it's ravaging for 0 damage. I do not know what's going on there. Well, we'll take it. We get a blight for some reason. We'll destroy a presence. What? I did not mean to destroy my Incarnate. Let's click carefully. Or can I do choose for me? Yeah, don't destroy the Incarnate, please. I would like to keep my my Incarnate going here. All right, we can get a town. Let's put the town in land 3 so that we don't explore in land 6. And then we can Turmoil's Touch to take a couple more powers, and then we'll probably reclaim next turn because I don't think I particularly want to use either of those. And then Twist Perceptions will get us. Let's strife the town. I do want to consider land 2 adjacent to land 3 so I can push the town into there. And then that'll be good. So then Turmoil's Touch. Let's discard a couple of power cards, get Guardian Serpents, and Gold's Allure. Alright, cool stuff. Cool stuff. Alright, I think we just need to reclaim here, and then we will be able to basically nuke land 2. So let's go here and push that Explorer into land 2. And then let's spur on with Words of Fire, exhale Confusion and Delirium, Turmoil's Touch, and then we'll use Spur On again to get us to that next level of Mind-Shattering Song. And is there a way to get one more element? Probably not without our Sun or Moon up there. That's fine. So let's Spur On with Words of Fire. Let's add Frightful Keening. That's a fine one. Exhale Confusion and Delirium on land 4. And then Inscrutable Journeying, we can push twice. I guess let's push here and Strife and Explorer. I don't want to push it out though. And then we'll push to land 4 and double Strife the Explorer and not actually push. Well, I suppose we could push it into land 2, just so it can be a target for Mind-Shattering Song, potentially. Heavy Farming does nothing. Prey on the Unwary, I believe, does nothing. And Coming of Age will get us an extra Dahan somewhere. Let's put that in land 1. Alright, Invaders explore in the mountains, and we will let's go into land 3 for that. So we'll Frightful Keening first, go into land 3, strife the town, and push it into land 2. And then Mind-Shattering Song for the finisher. Let's do 2 fear, let's deal 4 damage. We can destroy just 2 invaders, so we'll destroy both towns here, and then... Oh, well, we get to Terror 3 anyway, so it doesn't matter. But destroy all the towns. Alright, so that's Brandenburg-Prussia down. And yeah, that was fun. I don't think I've ever actually empowered Voices Incarnate before. I mean, obviously I haven't played it a lot on digital yet because it just came out, but I do like that isolate. That's kind of fun there. So let's keep going then. I'm gonna hop into a new game. We're on board C now, and we're gonna play France 6. Why, you ask? Why not? Because we can do crazy things here. Let's set up some big slave rebellions. It's gonna be funny, I promise. All right, Wetlands Explore, and we add a bonus Explorer to land 2 because it's France 6. And then I think, do we want to do that same opening we just did? I know that like the reclaim loop is like a popular build here on Voice, but I don't know if I was technically doing that the last game or if I was still slightly off from it, but I don't know. Let's see here. I think I definitely want to push into land 8 and get the Strife town out of there and put it into land 6 probably. I think I want to draft a power card because I do want to try and get some Dahan manipulation, because then I can potentially strife like the city in land 2 with Twist Perceptions, and push that into land 5 maybe, or land 3 with an extra Dahan. So let's gain a power card, see if we get something that moves Dahan. We did not, but that's okay. I'm thinking domesticated animals go berserk here. Elemental Boon could be fun. I suppose Elemental Boon has our elements perfectly, so let's just take Elemental Boon and see what happens there. Let's grow to range 2. I want to go into probably land 4. Just get coverage of the whole board. We're not going to need a Sacred Site anytime particularly soon. Yeah, let's go into land 4. And then I'm going to play... Let's see, if we do Frightful Keening, we can save Twist Perceptions for next turn. Let's play Frightful Keening and Turmoil's Touch, I think. That'll let us... Oh, that's more for, like, destroying a town right away, I guess, which we don't really want to do here. Let's do Twist Perceptions. And then we can discard things and maybe save Exhale, Confusion, and Delirium or something. Let's try this out. All right, so Inscrutable Journeying. I want to go into... I think I want to go into land 8 first, strife the town and shove it to land 6, and then I want to go into land 7, strife the town and shove it into land 6. I could put it in land 5, but I'm a little nervous to do that. All right, Mountains Explore, and we add an extra Explorer. Let's put them in land 6 actually. We want to Twist Perceptions. I was going to do that on land 8, but I'm now second-guessing myself here. Mind-Shattering Song will get us a couple of fear and destroy an Explorer? Well, it won't destroy an Explorer because I don't want to strife an Explorer here. I think I might do Twist Perceptions on land 5 to get the town strifed and then not actually push it anywhere. And then... what am I actually doing about these extra France Explorers? That's kind of the issue here. I may have played this very poorly already. That's fine. We'll figure it out. Let's Turmoil's Touch first. I want to discard Elemental Boon and get Sunset's Fire Flows across the land. Okay, and then we'll discard again. Let's discard Exhale, Confusion, and Delirium, I think. Let's discard... Yeah, let's do that. Thriving Choke Fungus, not very useful. That's fine. Alright, so then Twist Perceptions. Let's go ahead and get one of the Explorers in land 7 into land 6. And then next turn, we'll try to set up a push into land 8, push into land 7 to get that solved, more or less. Mind-Shattering Song can go here. We might as well destroy that Explorer. We don't want it turning into a town, as much as it would be nice to have the extra towns for the Slave Rebellion. We are going to be too tight on towns otherwise. Am I actually going to just die horribly on towns? I probably am, but we'll figure out whether that's actually true here in a minute. I want to draft, I think, and gamble, see if I can get something to go with Frightful Keening. But I could also just reclaim. I don't think that's as good. Let's draft. Drafting is fun. Gain a minor power. Hey, Twilight Fog brings Madness at Strife. That's fun. Nature's Resilience defends. We could use that in land 5 pretty effectively. That would at least let us clear the town there, and then... well, so if we clear the town there, then we actually survive the 3 town builds that we're going to get. And Nature's Resilience also sets us up nicely for a good counterattack in C3 next turn. So let's take Nature's Resilience. As much as I wish I could take Twilight Fog brings Madness, it has Dahan movement, it has Strife, it's great. I think we need to play to the board right now. I'm going to make a Sacred Site land 4 so that I can target Nature's Resilience next turn. And then let's go ahead and do some defend in land 5, and inscrutable journeying into land 8. Strife that town and shove it into land 6. Ignore 1 strife on each invader. I am so glad this is happening now and not on a future turn. That would be brutal. That is funny though. Careful defense also is kind of hilarious here. Alright, invaders build in the mountains, and we are at our town limit. They explore the sands, that's not good. Let's add a bonus explorer to... let's put them in land 4. Alright, Frightful Keening. Let's see, we are 1 turn away from Slave Rebellion. We're going to get an escalation next turn, but we are going to clear 2 towns, so that's going to help some. Let's Frightful Keening into land 7, I think. Mind-Shattering Song is going to do anything for us this turn, which is fine. It was only going to be 1 damage anyway. So let's strife that town and shove it into land 5. I still need to figure out a way to get an extra Dahan into land 6. Or else damage all those towns in land 6 somehow before... We didn't draft anything that gives us Dahan movement, did we? No, we didn't. And Slave Rebellion is not next turn, but the turn after. So we have a moment longer to figure this out. So let's put that one in land. Let's put it in land 5. That'll be fine. All right, let's reclaim here. I'm going to go ahead and strife an explorer in land 6 and push it out of land 6. That should make things go a little better there. And then we're going to play 2 cards, and those 2 cards are going to be Nature's Resilience to deal with land 3, and I think goodness, I don't know what to think. We could... Thriving Choke Fungus doesn't work for us. I think maybe just because they're gonna build a city in land 6, so I'd really like to get 2 Dahan into there. I should have pushed that town into land 6. That was a mistake. Do we just go Turmoil's Touch and gamble and see if we get something, and then do a weird reclaim? I suppose we could do that, but that feels kind of dumb. Let's just do Frightful Keening. We'll maybe something will work out. All right, Nature's Resilience in land 3, Inscrutable Journeying. Let's go ahead and push into land 1, strife that, and shove it into land 5, so we at least have something working. Ethereal Conjunction. Discard all power cards from hand. I'm not a fan of discarding all power cards from hand right now, although it's not the end of the world, because we were only going to be able to play 2 anyway. We also only have 0 energy, so let's Endurance Forces. And we could destroy a presence in land 7, I guess. Oh, that disease doesn't prevent builds, just is going to lose us the game, isn't it? Because that's actually that doesn't build any. That builds 2. So we're gonna be right on the edge here. Let's see if this works. Ravage the mountains, destroy 2 towns, and then build in the sands gets them 2 towns, and then the escalation. I'm gonna have to take a blight, except I can't take a blight, so I take a town and I lose the game. Oh, never mind. Plantations have grown too numerous. Well, that'll teach me to get too cute when I'm trying to play against France. Well, I'll have to do a revenge matchup of that at some point, but that was fun. I definitely lost that one pretty badly here. Yeah. Well, thanks everyone for watching. Have a great rest of your day, and take care. Bye now.